it's Kendra. I have about 2 cups of leftover spaghetti. Let's see what we can make for dinner. So the first thing I'm going to do with this leftover spaghetti, take the lid off, and I'm just going to cut it up. I'm going to turn this into a soup. And I don't want big, long, stringy pieces of noodles in my bites of soup. So that is pretty good. So I'm just adding the spaghetti to this medium-sized pot. I also have some leftover fajita veggies. In this case, it is onions, banana peppers, and a little bit of eggplant. So I'm just going to dump that down in there as well. Now, to make sure I get every ounce of flavor I can into the soup, I'm going to fill this up with water to rinse it out, and then I'm going to put the water into this pot for the soup. This will be about 4 cups of water. I'm also going to add in a couple of teaspoons of some bouillon. So this is what it's looking like. Now, the last ingredient I'm going to add is 2 of these small thighs that I have. They are chicken thighs, and I'm just going to cut those up and put them in the soup as well. Okay, I got the chicken in there. And if you don't have chicken, you don't have to make it. Just use whatever leftover protein you have in your fridge. If you have meatballs, use it. If you have ground meat, use it. If you have some leftover seitan, use it. Tofu, use it. I'm just trying to show y'all some basic methods here. That way you can utilize these in your own kitchen so none of your leftovers go to waste. So at this point, literally everything's pretty much already cooked. We just need to reheat it and get it up to temperature. Now, when I serve this, I'm going to probably put some Parmesan cheese on my husband's. I'll put some nutritional yeast on mine. And it'll have probably like a Parmesan chicken, spaghetti chicken kind of flavor vibe going on. So just to recap, there's about 2 cups of leftover spaghetti, maybe about a half a cup of leftover fajita vegetables, which were onions, banana peppers, and eggplant. Then there's 2 cups of water, a little bit of bouillon, and 2 cut up chicken thighs. So this is just like a template for what you can use for other leftovers. For example, if you had stir-fry veggies, you could add some water to that, put in your stir-fried veggies. If you had stir-fried chicken or stir-fried tofu, put that in there, and you can make like a drop soup by putting an egg in there and spinning it around with some broth. It's just a very basic, easy way to use your leftovers. Just add water and turn it into a soup. One more thing I want to add is try to eat your leftovers within 4 or 5 days. That's about how long they typically last before they get like in this like danger zone. And I know in this economy, food is really expensive. So you want to try to really use up your food in a way that's thoughtful. So at the beginning of the week, if it's just you and like your spouse or maybe like 1 kid, maybe don't cook 20 pounds of hamburger meat for the week because you aren't going to use it. Maybe if you're going to cook it all, freeze half of it or more and use it for later so you have to cook it then. My soup was just boiling, so it's definitely up to temperature. That's why it's a little bubbly. But let's plate it and see what it looks like.